Today I'm going to be learning more about the Netherlands by watching this video. 15 unbelievable things the Netherlands does better than anyone else. So yeah, I've watched a lot of videos about Dutch culture, things like that, and there's a lot of things I know Netherlands does better. Things like farming, I think nowhere does it better than Netherlands. Such an impressive farming infrastructure, cycling infrastructure, engineering, all these different things. The road system, road infrastructure, all these big parts of infrastructure in Netherlands are all a lot better than pretty much any other country, if not every other country. So interested to see these things. Tell me what you think about them. If there's any other things you think Netherlands does better than everywhere else, please tell me in the comments. But let's watch.
The Netherlands, a small country with a huge impact on the world. It's a place that might seem simple at first glance, but trust me, the Dutch are doing things better than anyone else in ways that will truly shock you. From culture and innovation to lifestyle and efficiency, the Netherlands is quietly mastering things that the rest of the world is still trying to figure out. So buckle up, because today we're about to dive into 15 unbelievable things the Netherlands does better than anyone else. Let's go. 1. Cycling like a pro. First off, let's talk about cycling. You've probably heard that the Dutch love their bikes, but did you know they're absolute pros at it? The Netherlands is home to more bicycles than people. Yep, over 22 million bikes for a population of about 17 million. Cycling isn't just a hobby here, it's a way of life. From toddlers to senior citizens, everyone rides, and the infrastructure is so bike-friendly, it's almost impossible not to join the cycling revolution. The Dutch have mastered the art of bike safety with separate bike lanes, traffic signals for cyclists, and even bike parking garages that make you feel like you're in a bike utopia. And get this, cycling is the most sustainable mode of transport in the Netherlands. Imagine if other countries took a page out of their book. Global pollution would go down and traffic jams would disappear. 2.
Yeah, I actually just got back from Tokyo, Japan, and I was actually surprised by the cycling infrastructure there. It's nothing like Netherlands, but they actually have a very impressive cycling infrastructure, like the lanes, a lot of parking, different things like that, and it's very, very popular as well. I was very impressed, having been to a lot of different countries in Asia. Nowhere comes close, but Netherlands is obviously far ahead of everyone else in that respect.
Efficient public transport. Now, if you're a fan of getting from point A to point B quickly and efficiently, you'll love the Dutch public transport system. The trains, trams, buses, and even ferries run like clockwork. The Dutch have mastered the art of punctuality, and the reliability of their public transport is something to behold. Not only are they on time, but they're also super easy to use. You don't need to worry about confusing maps or long waits. Take NS, Dutch Railways, for example. They run a network that covers almost the entire country, and 90% of trains arrive on time. Whether you're traveling across the country or just to the next town over, you can count on clean, comfortable, and timely service. How many other places can say that? 3.
Yeah, that one's definitely not the same in the UK. The UK train system, infrastructure is just terrible, man. And yeah, really impressed to see the Dutch one. I've seen the map of how much coverage there is for rail track in Netherlands. It's very impressive. Do you feel the same as a Dutch person? Sometimes when you ask people of a certain country about things like the trains and transport, they have a different opinion, maybe not as strong, maybe not as positive of an opinion as people coming from other countries. But how do you feel about the train system in Netherlands? Are you happy with it? Is there anything that could be improved from it?
Mastering the art of small talk. The Dutch may not be known for small talk. Let's be honest, they're straightforward people. But they are masters of meaningful conversations. Whether it's with friends, colleagues, or even strangers, the Dutch have this amazing ability to engage in conversation without the awkward silences that often come with casual chats. They ask the right questions, listen attentively, and keep things moving in the most comfortable way possible. And it's like they're somehow able to avoid that awkward moment where you're standing in the elevator, wondering if you should talk or just stare at the floor. Dutch people make small talk feel natural and engaging, and they know exactly how to keep it friendly and interesting. If you want to get good at conversation, hang out with the Dutch for a day or two. 4. Guilt-free indulgence. The Dutch love their sweets. Okay, here's a sweet little surprise. The Dutch have an incredible sweet tooth. But the best part? They manage to indulge guilt-free. Whether it's a warm stroopwafel, caramel-filled waffle cookie, or a batch of poffertjes, mini pancakes, the Dutch have figured out how to enjoy the good stuff without making it a big deal. You'll see people eating sweets all day long. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And
That
somehow,
just looks so
it
good,
doesn't
man.
turn into a sugar-fueled frenzy. It's all about balance here. The Dutch enjoy their treats, but they also walk or bike everywhere, so they keep fit while having fun.
That makes sense.
It's the perfect combination of enjoyment and health. 5.
Yeah, what's your favourite sweet thing when you see those stroopwafels, those mini pancakes? That's like my type of food, man. And yeah, when you see that, it's like the stroopwafel's quite thin, it's not too over the top. When you compare it to somewhere like the USA and you think about their sweet stuff, whether it is pancakes, getting those big stacks of pancakes covered in syrup, cream, all that. Moderation is clearly better, and when you mix that with the fitness, obviously, it's better in Netherlands again.
No-nonsense work-life balance. If there's one thing the Netherlands gets right, it's work-life balance. The Dutch know how to work hard, but they also know how to unwind. On average, Dutch employees work fewer hours than most other countries and still get the job done. There's a clear separation between work and personal life, and the Dutch value their free time. They're not about the hustle culture or burning out. They take their vacations, spend time with family, and enjoy plenty of leisure activities. The result? Happier, more productive people who are refreshed and ready to tackle anything. Maybe other countries should take notes on this one, huh? 6. Innovation in architecture. The Netherlands is a hotbed of innovation, and their architecture is no exception. From the iconic cube houses in Rotterdam to the sleek modern designs that dot Amsterdam's skyline, the Dutch are constantly pushing boundaries in architecture. But here's where it gets even better. Sustainability is at the core of their designs. Green roofs, solar panels, and energy-efficient buildings are all part of the landscape. The Dutch understand that architecture isn't just about looking good, it's about leaving a positive impact on the environment. 7. The art of relaxation, cafes, and patios. Speaking of enjoying life, no one does relaxation better than the Dutch. One of the first things you'll notice is how people spend their afternoons at outdoor cafes. Whether it's sunny or rainy, there's always a crowd of people enjoying a coffee or beer on a terrace somewhere. In fact, the cafe culture here is second to none, and the Dutch know how to unwind in style. It's not about rushing to get your caffeine fix. It's about taking time to savor the moment, chat with friends, or watch the world go by. If you ever need a lesson in slow living, come to the Netherlands. 8. The Dutch love for art and museums. Let's talk about the Dutch love for art. The Netherlands is home to some of the world's greatest artists, like Rembrandt, Vermeer, and Van Gogh, and the Dutch have made sure their works are well preserved and accessible to the public. The country boasts world-class museums like the Rijksmuseum, the Van Gogh Museum, and the Stedelijk Museum in Amsterdam. But the best part, the Dutch are incredibly welcoming to art lovers. Entrance fees are often affordable, and museum culture is accessible to all. You don't have to be a seasoned art critic to enjoy the Dutch art scene. The Dutch make it fun and approachable, with plenty of family-friendly activities and exhibitions to dive into. 9.
Yeah, that was actually my favourite thing about going to Amsterdam was the museums and galleries and things like that as well. Yeah, I've been to like Rijksmuseum. Tell me, like, what's the most underrated museum or gallery? Maybe somewhere that a lot of people don't go to or that doesn't get as much. It's not got that popularity like some other ones. What's your favourite one anywhere in the Netherlands? I would love to know more of them as well. That is a great thing about Netherlands, is the culture, the art, and things like that.
The Dutch and their cheese. You can't talk about the Netherlands without mentioning cheese. And let me tell you, the Dutch are the masters of cheese. From Edam to Gouda, the Netherlands
Gouda.
produces some of the best cheeses in the world. Dutch cheese isn't just about taste, it's about tradition. The Dutch have been perfecting their cheese-making techniques for centuries, and today, they're still rocking it. There's even a whole cheese market culture in places like Alkmaar, where you can watch traditional cheese trading in action.
Cool.
So, next time you're in the Netherlands, make sure to grab a hunk of their world-famous cheese. You'll be glad you did. 10. Efficiency in recycling. And last but not least, the Dutch are absolutely obsessed with recycling. They're way ahead of the game when it comes to turning waste into something useful. The Netherlands has one of the highest recycling rates in the world, and it's all about reducing waste and being resourceful. 11. Free education for all. The Netherlands is one of the few countries that offer high-quality education for free, or at an affordable rate to its citizens. Public universities are heavily subsidized by the government, and international students often pay lower tuition fees compared to many other European countries. But it's not just about cost-effective education. Dutch universities are world-class. Universities like Delft University of Technology and University of Amsterdam are renowned for their innovative research and excellent academic standards. The Dutch government heavily invests in education, ensuring that students have access to cutting-edge resources and the best professors in the world. 12. Creating iconic festivals. If there's one thing the Dutch do better than anyone else, it's their festivals. Whether it's celebrating King's Day with the entire nation, decked out in orange, or dancing the night away at the Amsterdam Dance event, the Dutch know how to throw a party like no other. The Netherlands is also home to North Sea Jazz Festival in Rotterdam, the largest indoor music festival in Europe, and countless other events dedicated to music, culture, and art. Festivals here are immersive, fun, and most importantly, inclusive. Whether you're into classical music, hip-hop, or electronic beats, you'll find your scene in the Netherlands. 13. Efficiency in healthcare. The Dutch healthcare system is considered one of the most efficient in the world. With a universal healthcare system that focuses on providing high-quality care, the Netherlands offers residents quick access to medical services without long waiting times. Health insurance is mandatory, ensuring that everyone has access to healthcare. But it's not just about the quality of care, it's about prevention. The Dutch are highly proactive when it comes to health education, providing regular checkups, vaccination programs, and mental health care that's accessible to all. 14.
Yeah, I mean, when you see that, like, education and healthcare, like, that's probably two of the most important things for anybody, single people, families, and so on. If people are moving to different countries, or if you're just from a country, these are the two most important. Can be in other countries, can be the most costly things, or the things that you have to consider the most. But when you have high levels of education or educational establishments, and high levels of healthcare, in the healthcare system being very good, it's just something you don't really need to worry about or need to think about when you do that in a lot of other countries. And yeah, Netherlands is quite unique in that respect. Again, Scotland, where I'm from, we have like free healthcare, we have free education. When I grew up, I just took it for granted, but having lived in different countries in Asia, been to a lot of different countries, it's clearly just nowhere near that. So yeah, I really like that in Netherlands, that both of them are good and free as well.
Coffee culture that rivals Italy. When you think of coffee culture, Italy probably comes to mind. But did you know that the Netherlands is quickly becoming a coffee capital in its own right? The Dutch are serious about their coffee, with thousands of cozy cafes offering locally roasted beans, artisanal brews, and unique blends.
Nice.
From the iconic koffie verkeerd, Dutch-style latte, to strong black coffee, the Netherlands has a thriving coffee scene that rivals some of the best coffee cities in the world. The Dutch also enjoy their coffee breaks, taking the time to sip and relax, which adds to the rich cafe culture that has evolved over the years.
It's like my favorite time of the day,
15.
man, coffee time.
Expertise in urban planning.
That's the one.
Finally, let's talk about urban planning. The Dutch have an incredible knack for creating livable cities that prioritize green spaces, public transport, and walkability. Cities like Amsterdam and Rotterdam are some of the best examples of how to design cities that are not only beautiful but also functional. The Dutch believe in people-first urban planning, meaning that they prioritize pedestrians, cyclists, and public transport users above cars. The result? Sustainable, clean, and vibrant cities where residents can enjoy their surroundings while contributing to a cleaner environment. It's a model that's both forward-thinking and practical, and many countries around the world are looking to the Netherlands for inspiration when it comes to designing their own urban spaces. From separating waste at home to recycling innovations, the Dutch are constantly striving to reduce their carbon footprint. Their circular economy approach means that even waste materials get reused in some way, making sure that nothing goes to waste. So there you have it. 15 unbelievable things the Netherlands...
Yeah, man. Again, like, I've kind of seen a lot of them mentioned on different videos and so on when you see them all put together. And then never even mentioned farming, like the thing I'm probably most impressed with, but so many good things. And really, like, when you think about it, Netherlands does do all of them better than pretty much any other country, if not all. So tell me what you think about them. Is that fair? Do you agree with that list? Is there anything you don't agree with? And is there any other things you think should have been on that list? Thanks.